back at it.
Yes, with a story time this time. We got our popcorn and we're in our PJs. We both had a long day at work today, so we decided to just film something quick in our living room. So, change of scenery.
We're gonna do a story time. Okay, so the first time I seen her, this is how it went. She came in for an interview. I didn't know who she was. I didn't know why she was at my job. I was walking through the hall and I saw her, and I know what she was wearing. She was wearing this.
I remember what I was wearing.
She was wearing this like galaxy kind of like over shirt. It was like a big kind of like a shawl. I don't know. It was like a shirt, but it was like big and like.
Yeah, it was a loose fitted shirt. It was my lucky interview shirt. It was because it was like a blouse, but it had style and spunk because that's how I am. I'm like a little creative, so.
So I seen her in that, and she was wearing like black tights or black pants or something.
Black pants.
And she had light brown hair back then.
Yeah, it was like golden blonde.
Yeah. And I saw her in the hallway. She was leaving my boss's office. So I saw her and I was like, wow, she's freaking beautiful. So I went into my boss's office and I was like, who was that? Like, I was asking her, and she immediately like knew what was going on because she knew me and how I was like crazy and stuff. And she originally told me that not to worry about it, that she was married and had kids. She told me she was married and had kids to not think about it. And I was like, well, who was that? What was her name? She was like, don't worry about it. It was just somebody I was interviewing. I was like, all right, I guess. So that was the first time. And then like I think about a week later, she started working there. And so she started, and I saw her and I was like, oh my god. So in my head I'm thinking she's married, she has kids. My crazy
not
self,
married, didn't have kids.
yeah, my boss lied to me because she didn't want me to start up some stuff at work. Anyways, so in my head I'm like, all right, well, she's married stuff, but I'm crazy, so I'm like, I'm still gonna see what's up. I'm still gonna try to talk to her because she's just beautiful. Like, so she started working on like a different area than where I was working. It was like the same
facility,
like, but it was just different areas. So she was working with one of my friends. Shout out to you. She knows who she is. So I went up to her and I was like, to my friend, and I was like, give me the details, find stuff out. Like, I need details. I need to know if she's married. I need to know if she has kids. I need to know if she's gay. Like, any of that, you know? So she texted me later on that day, her first day at work, and she's like, I got details. She said she had good news and she had bad news. I'm going to say the good news. She can tell you the bad news. So the good news that she told me, she was like, well, she is gay. She's not married. She don't have no kids. She's gay. She's lesbian. Of course, I knew that. I had that vibe when I saw her, right? The bad news was, what was the bad news?
I didn't date coworkers.
That's one of my friends. She was like, yeah, she doesn't date coworkers, so that's a no-go. And I was like, I'm not even worried about that. Like, I knew I could finesse, you know, get in there. I was like, she doesn't date coworkers. That's an easy fix. So that wasn't even bad news to me. After that, kind of we didn't talk, we didn't communicate.
Because we only saw each other in the lunchroom. Mind you, like she said, we worked in the same facility, but we worked in different areas. Completely different areas. So we only saw each other on break, and that was like for barely 30 minutes because...
like 20, maybe 20
Yeah, maybe 20 minutes. And mind you, we don't know anybody. We don't know each other, so it's like when we sat in a group, we're not talking, like, we're just looking at each other. We're, like, looking back and forth at each other. Like, I look at her, she'd be looking at her phone, and then I know she'd be looking at me because I felt her looking at me, but I wasn't going to look at her because she already knew I was looking at her. And I didn't want her to know that, like, I was, like, looking.
Well, you thought I was cute, huh? Whatever. She moved in with one of my friends. So it was, like, the perfect, like, foot in the door. It was perfect. I was like, all right, so now she lives with one of my friends, like, gives me an excuse to come around and to talk to her. We started talking a little bit more at work. We became friends. She was living with my friends, so I would come around. I was kind of rude to her. Like, I would show up and I wouldn't talk to her. I would only talk to my friend. Like, I was trying, like, she didn't
Well,
care.
you were rude. Like, you would, no, when she said she's rude, she's being polite. She was rude. Like, all right, mind you, me and her friend are roommates at this point. So, how are you? I'm answering the door because it's also my house. I don't know who was there, so I opened the door. This girl just come barging in. Like, no, hey, I'm best or nothing. You know, in this Hispanic house, you come in, you say hello, you give somebody a kiss on their cheek. That's how it goes.
I don't think I was that rude. Like, I know I said hey and stuff, but I don't think the first time we actually hung out, because we tried to, like, hang out after that. Like, I was supposed to meet up with her, go to a party, and blah, blah, blah. I definitely flagged that hardcore because I knew I couldn't give in that easy. Like, she invited me to a party or something.
So,
and
the first conversation we actually had was we were in the break room, and we were all talking in a group about going out. And we were like, all right, let's go out. I had already made plans to go out that weekend, so it was perfect. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to meet this girl. Everybody was going in a group, so it was even better because it wasn't like just me and her. It was a group of people, so if I wasn't feeling her like that, you know, we could have people to fall back on. Nope, it didn't work out like that because I ended up at the place, and guess what? I'm texting this girl, and she's like, I'm not gonna come through.
I did have intentions of meeting her, but I ended up like 30 minutes away, and I was hanging out with my friends. I was, you know, drinking and stuff. So I was like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to go meet up with her. Like, you know, it gives her something to like look forward to again, you know, to meet me or hang out with me in person and stuff, other than work. So I flagged.
She flagged hard, and I was like, she gonna flag on me?
Anyways, so after that, we did eventually hang out. We went to a club together. It was like a date, but it wasn't like we just went to a club. Actually, it was a date because we did match. Like, not match, but like...
It was our first date. Our first date was to the club. She finally agreed to...
No.
No popcorn for you. Wow. No, actually... Me and my roommate were talking about going out, and she was around. So we were like, she was like, oh, so can I come? And I was like, are you gonna be my date? And she was like, what you mean? I was like, are you gonna be my date? As long as you go with me, then yeah, let's go out.
Yeah, so she insinuated that she wanted it to be kind of like a date. Like, she wanted me to go with her. Not to go and dance with other girls or anything.
No.
So we did. We went shopping that weekend. I bought some new shoes to go with a shirt or something, or her heels or something that she was wearing. And we went to the club. That was the first time. It was so weird because it was a club. Like, who else on the first date at a club? But
yeah, we didn't.
It was back
like
in the day,
so loud
like,
music.
Yeah, like we were wild or whatever. So
then after that, we went on a real first date. And that's where you took me to the ice cream place.
Yeah, but before that. Yeah, so after that, we kind of knew we liked each other, and then like, we still kept it cordial. Like, we didn't do anything until like months later, and then like we finally admitted to each other that we liked each other, and